What is up, guys, and thanks for tuning in. And if it's your first time tuning in, welcome to the channel. We got a couple of really cool things going on today in today's video. As you can see over here, we've got the 18 versus 16-inch Irocz. We're gonna do a cool little comparison video on that. And then also we've got the camshaft back in the LS3. We're gonna be buttoning up the oil pump, timing cover, timing chain, pickup tube, oil pan, all that good stuff. And then also we're gonna be doing a little bit on, just doing a little audio revamp. We're gonna knock out the 1990s and bring this thing up to the 21st century. I think I'm gonna still keep the old vintage subs though. It just kind of goes with the look of the car. They were in there when I bought them. Cleaning up all the wiring. I got a really cool 6-channel powerful amp. It's gonna run the whole system and both subs and probably be more than enough for this car. So with that being said, let's move on. All right, now on the audio system on this piece, we've got a couple of revamp things going on. Now, I did buy this car with the audio system already installed in it. And, honestly, it was probably some pretty good stuff back in the day. But it's the 21st century now. I definitely need to go through, update this thing, rewire it, clean everything up, tidy it all up, make it look good. And then also, these third gens are awesome, man. I'm like going all out on this build. I'm ready to get this thing. I can't wait to get it out, show it off. Also to, just see it, show other people what I built. And I mean, you add all the right pieces to these third gens and they are something, man. They've got great body lines. You add the power plant. These things are handling machines. You add the sound, when you're rolling with the T-tops down, they're definitely a looker. People, I get looks with this car all the time. And I can afford to build it. So these things are on the up and up. They're definitely becoming more popular. And, I'm excited about my build. I cannot wait until the snow melts. I can get this thing out, show it off. But now, as you can see, they built this nice little amp display. I mean, they had this thing propped up here like a giant showpiece, and I'm not gonna be displaying these old vintage amps, but I am gonna get rid of all this wiring mess. Gonna run everything nice and neat and tight. I did get a really powerful 6-channel amp, like 3200 watts. Thing's gonna run the whole system and some, and I'm gonna have it up nice and neat, and gonna keep the factory vintage, or not factory, but the vintage subs that came in the car. I'm gonna run those things in there. Now they are in a pretty decent box. I mean, if you see the way this thing's built, it's tucked in here pretty nice. It's not big, huge, taking up my whole, trunk. I guess that's what you call it on these things, trunk. And so I'm gonna keep that in there, run the channel amp, clean it all up, make it look good. And that's the audio piece. Now I am gonna have some future stuff, on the actual full system install on the audio and all that good stuff too. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. All right, so when I was in the back of here, I started pulling the carpet out and everything. Just crap everywhere. This thing's always had a real musty odor, kind of like a moldy smell. And this thing hasn't been really driven since last summer, which is only a very short time too. So this is probably from washing it and everything. Oh, let me get this up here. There is just a bunch of water down here. And for anybody wondering, look at that. I've got to take the carpet out, scrub it down, shampoo it, dry it off before I install it all. And then also when I have all the carpet pulled out too, I am going to be putting Dyno all along that, as well as the insides, to kind of cut down on some of the road noise, vibrations, and all that good stuff too. And also clean the wiring up on both speakers, as you can see. And then also just tidy it all up. I mean, if we've already gone this far in this thing, we want it all right. So that's kind of where we're at. So let's, I'm gonna put you guys down and get busy. Alright guys, so I actually did run out of material because this is actually leftover stuff from when I did both of the inner door and inner side of the doors on each side when I went to replace the actual trim and weather stripping and all that good stuff too. So I'm kind of using the knockoff stuff. Here is the part number of the stuff I'm using. It's just the stuff I got on Amazon. It's kind of the knockoff stuff, but it all does the same thing in theory too. So this is kind of the idea of what I'm going with. We're not going to cover the whole thing, but as you can tell already, when you're installing this too, you can kind of go through and knock and see which one resonates the most. As you can tell, this stuff is already, and here's what I ran out for the actual trunk. Just kind of, you can kind of go through, knock on stuff, see where it kind of needs it. Also gonna do up here too, so I'm gonna go ahead and order some more, so stay tuned guys for more videos. We also have some good progress going on the LS3. We're finally getting everything buttoned up. Gonna have this thing, the lung block, completed this week. I'm gonna just chill on the rims for now. I should probably be chilling on the radio too, but like I said, snowball effect. Once you get going, it's hard to stop. I did make good progress too on the fuel lines. I got those things super nice and clean up in there. There's going to be a video on that and everything I used and how I ran them. So stay tuned guys. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment, let me know, hey, I would like to see a video of this. You know, leave it in the comments, let me know. So let's get this 3rd gen thing going and we're going to get busy. Alright, so here's kind of the finished product. I did order some more stuff. I did throw a little bit on the inner fender wells on the inside of the quarters just to help cut down on some of the vibration and rattle too. So probably got a little carried away, but whatever. Now I'm going to get this all put back together and you'll see the finished product. Alright guys, I'm going to go through and show you some of the final product. It turned out killer. It looks way cleaner, way nicer than what was in there. I mean, this thing was propped up, blocking the view out the back window. Both amps, wires everywhere. Just really crappy job. So, I'm super stoked. This thing turned out super clean, way nicer. Also, too, you know, I'm really glad that I did take on this other project, even though I have so much going on, but I got the dyno mat all in the trunk area. It's going to cut down on vibration, sounds, rattles. I also took all my plastics off and I restored them. I scrubbed them. I used this great product called Cherry Shine made by Carbrite. That stuff is amazing. I use it on all my cars that I detail. I mean, look at this. 35 years old. Look how clean these things came out. Looks good. Also, I did find some dead mice on this side over underneath the spare tire. We had that water pooled up. That if I left that there, could have caused some rust issues. I'm glad I got rid of that, dried it all out. So, all in all, I'm glad that I took on this other project. It kind of snowballed. I didn't plan on doing all that. And I also said this was a 6-channel amp. It's actually a 4-channel. Rockville, 3200 watts. Plenty enough to run what I got here. And then also on the pillar, these 6x9 speakers weren't even hooked up to the sub. They were hooked up to the factory decks. So glad I got all this stuff done right. It's going to sound way better. And just look how much cleaner that thing looks. Now, is it perfect? No, I'm not going for perfection. I'm just kind of tidying everything up, make it look good, clean, simple, and effective. That's my motto. Also, I know this video kind of took on its own, own direction, but don't worry. If you stay tuned to the channel, there's going to be plenty more 3rd gen content. I got the 16 versus 18-inch Irocz. I've got the LS3 rear main cover on, the oil pan on, front timing cover on. Everything's almost ready to start buttoning up, putting it back in this bad boy. Thing's going to be a ripper for sure. I mean, this thing's about 500 plus horsepower at the flywheel. So, super stoked, super excited. If you haven't done so already, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more 3rd gen content. Deuces.